Hi everyone, Katie with TransRefuge. So today I've got a topic that actually comes from Quora. Um, I'm part of a group on there for transgender Christians, and we answer a lot of questions both from transgender people who obviously have questions about how do these things work, where does faith and being transgender intersect. But also sometimes there's questions on there from people who are not transgender who are just curious, like, what am I supposed to think? So the question today, I decided rather than writing a long answer, I'm going to make a video and I'll just post it up on there. But this is also good for, I'm going to put this on YouTube. I'm also going to put it on a new community that I've started on Locals. So this person writes with the question, what does it mean if I am a trans woman, but I still see myself as an abomination due to my religious background? How am I supposed to feel? And what do I do to fix it? This is actually the topic of a book I'd like to write if I ever get time. So I'm going to give this video the title of Dogs at the Master's Table. So I'm going to open this with a verse from Ecclesiastes, but really the bulk of what this video is about comes from the book of Matthew, and also there's a reference to the same story in the book of Mark. So Ecclesiastes 9:4 says, "For whoever is joined to all the living, there is hope. For a live dog is better than a dead lion." And this is actually the verse that helped me decide that transitioning was better than suicide and not to give up on life. Long story, I'm not going to tell my whole story, but in 2018, I was at the point where, due to gender dysphoria, I was ready to end my life. And this was the verse that probably really saved my life, was that, even if this ends up being something that makes everybody hate me, that makes me despicable in everybody's eyes, it's still better to be alive than to end my life. So I'd rather be a dog in the eyes of everybody else than to be dead and well respected. So I'm going to move into the main point. This is in Matthew chapter 15, verses 21 through 28. Jesus went away from there and withdrew into the region of Tyre and Sidon. And a Canaanite woman from the region came out and began to cry out, saying, "Have mercy on me, Lord, Son of David. My daughter is severely demon-possessed." But he did not answer her with even a word. And his disciples came up and urged him, saying, "Send her away, because she keeps shouting at us." But he answered and said, "I was sent only to the lost sheep of the house of Israel." But she came and began to bow down before him, saying, "Lord, help me." Yet he answered and said, and I'm reading off a sheet, so sorry if I'm not looking at the camera. He answered and said, "It is not good to take the children's bread and throw it to the dogs." And she said, "Yes, Lord, but please help, for even the dogs feed on the crumbs that fall from the master's table." Then Jesus said to her, "O woman, your faith is great. It shall be done for you as you desire." And her daughter was healed at once. So, if you don't have, much knowledge of, the relationship between the Judeans or the Hebrew people in that region where Jesus was at the time, where he lived, and the Syrophoenicians and the Canaanites, these were people who were considered to be, they're like dogs. They were viewed as very bad people. And when the disciples keep telling Jesus, "Would you make her shut up? Get this lady out of here. She's bothering us. Why are you letting this, what's the right word? Why are you letting this lady who is of an ethnicity that we're supposed to hate? Why are you letting her bother us? Get her out of here." She doesn't even deserve to be in our presence. Get her out of here. So Jesus goes along with that for a few seconds, lets them see what their hearts are like. And he's like, okay. He says, I shouldn't even give you crumbs. It's not good to take the children's bread and, the children, he's talking about the children of Israel. It's not good to take the children's bread and give it to the dogs. He's calling her a dog. So he's treating her the way that the disciples want him to treat her. And she said, yes, Lord, but please help, for even the dogs feed on the crumbs that fall from the master's table. So she's like, you know what? Even if I'm a dog, treat me the way God would treat a dog. Because God says even the dogs should get crumbs from the master's table. If I'm a dog, I want to be God's dog. And Jesus said, oh, woman, your faith is great. It shall be done for you as you desire. And her daughter was healed at once. And we see this some other places in the New Testament where some Gentile people, Jesus' response is like, not even among the children of Israel have I seen such faith. And it was a lesson for the disciples and the other Jews who were there to see that salvation and faith in God don't belong only to the children of Israel. So this lady, she was a Canaanite. And if you remember in the Old Testament, the children of Israel were supposed to destroy all the Canaanites, all of them. No, they're not supposed to exist, and here she is. So, she's an abomination just for that purpose. She is a condemned person for even existing. Now, also, so in Mark 7, it says that she was from Tyre. She's a native of Tyre. And in Ezekiel 26, verses 7 through 14, that whole chapter is about the destruction of Tyre and Sidon. So there was a thing, and I'm not going to read through the whole thing, but there was a thing where God, declared judgment on that region because of what they were doing to his people. And he said, I'm going to destroy Tyre and Sidon. And there's a whole prophecy in Ezekiel about it, and it came to pass. But there's a specific verse in there where it says that the daughters of Tyre were going to be killed, all of them. So here she is, she's a daughter of Tyre. In this instance, she's also not supposed to exist. This lady is a double abomination. You couldn't get any worse than this lady in the eyes of the disciples and the observant Jews who would have been with Jesus. So when Jesus says, your faith is great, and he heals the daughter, this gave a message to the disciples that God cares for and loves even those who are viewed to be abominations, especially by the religious. So for the person who's asking, as a trans woman, I still view myself as an abomination. Is there hope for me? Will God still love me? The answer is yes. If you come to God, he won't turn you away. God says that he's a rewarder of those who diligently seek him. This woman diligently sought God. She came to him and she says, I know I'm a dog. I know I'm something that is despised and hated. But please, have compassion on me and have compassion on my daughter. And Jesus did. Now, I don't think that Jesus really thought she was a dog. I don't think that he was trying to call her names. I think he was letting the disciples see where their hearts were in the matter. He responds the way that they want him to, but he wants them to see what's in her heart. So he shows them first what's in their heart. Okay, you think she's a dog, I'll call her one. But look how she reacts. Because he knows, he's God, he knows how she's going to react. And he wants them to see this. That after he calls her a dog, she persists. And she says, you know what? I might be a dog, but I still know that you're God, and I know that you can help. And I know that you care. And Jesus' response is very positive. And he says, your faith is great. And he heals the daughter. If you're watching this today, and maybe you're a transgender person, you're questioning, does God love me? Is there a place for me, in God's economy? Yes, there is. People all over this world might hate you. They might think that you are disgusting. They might call you an abomination, or they might call you a lot of other very negative things. But God hears you. So I hope that this message brings you encouragement, and I hope that, if you've struggled with this question, seek God, and you'll be rewarded. Maybe not the way, maybe not with money or material possessions, but God will listen. God will hear you. So with that, I'm going to sign off. I know I've been putting some religious content on here lately, and I'm going to try to get some other non-religious content going because I know not everybody wants to hear religious stuff. So be watching for some content not relating to religion. That'll be coming up. So have a great day. I'll see you around. Bye.